Hi, everybody. My name is Tim Conrath, and this is week one's discussion. We have two different topics to talk about. One was fair use, and one was the F pattern. So, with fair use, we really need to talk about four different things: its purpose, if it's transformative, if we make it into a parody or something, we have a little bit more latitude. The nature of it, uh, factual documents are definitely made to be cited. The amount of it, least is better. So, and the impact on the market. So, as long as we are not changing the the original and impacting the marketability of that original piece, we as educators are covered under fair use. It's not 100%, so it's always best to check. And where we can check is online. There's a lot of definite sites that you can check. This week's readings had two great sites. The Stanford University had a great chart, and the Technology and Learning had a great copyright and fair use guidelines for teachers that were set up in a chart, kind of like the F pattern, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but it definitely had the topics across the top horizontally and then down vertically. So I found myself using the F pattern after I read that article. The F pattern, that was very interesting to me. I knew that I read web pages different than print or newspaper, but I thought that was really interesting study. The implications of that, since we know that as educators, we need to make sure that any kind of websites that we're creating have those important topics across the top and some bullet points in those first two paragraphs that we have on a web page, or the top half of the web page. There was one stat that said, I believe 70 or 80% is just read above the top half. So knowing that, we should be able to create resources that students will be drawn to. The other activity, if we're assigning web pages, we should look at those web pages first to make sure that they're set up like a F pattern, so that students will gain the information that we want them to out of that web page. So that's it for this week. Looking forward to a great class, and see you guys later.